America is the richest and most powerful country in history, but America's rise to number one was actually quite unexpected. In fact, most of North America was ignored for more than 100 years after it was discovered. Here's a map that was made right before Christopher Columbus discovered America. The Vikings said they had discovered an island somewhere over here, but no one realized that it was actually a continent. So Columbus believed that he could find a trade route to Asia by sailing west. But actually he found some islands in the Caribbean Sea. Columbus didn't find the spices he was expecting, but he still believed that he was close to India. So he called the natives Indians, got some goodies, and took them back to the King and Queen of Spain.
Hey, your majesties, I just got back from Asia. Great, where are the spices? Well, we haven't found the spices yet, but they've got lots and lots of gold. Now you're talking, Columbus. Go back, tell them all to be Christians, and bring back that gold.
A few years before Columbus claimed the West Indies for Spain, the Portuguese had discovered that they could reach Asia by sailing around Africa. So Spain and Portugal drew a line right down the middle of the map, and they agreed that all the non-Christian lands on this side of the line would belong to Portugal, and everything on the other side would belong to Spain. So the Portuguese sailed to Asia and built a huge trading empire, and the Spanish got busy conquering their half of the world. All of the interesting parts of the Americas were down here, where there was lots of gold, silver, and people. So that's where the Spanish went. Actually, the Spanish also sent an expedition into North America in 1539, but they didn't find gold and silver, so they mostly ignored all these useless lands up here in North America. The English actually sent an explorer to North America while the Spanish were still exploring the islands in the Caribbean. That was 16 years before the Spanish discovered Florida. But after that, the English waited almost 100 years before they tried to colonize America. England's first colony was established at Roanoke, North Carolina in 1585. But the same year, England got busy fighting a war with Spain, and that colony mysteriously disappeared. So they tried again at Jamestown, and this time it worked. Next, the Pilgrims arrived in Plymouth. The Pilgrims were strict Christians who outlawed bad stuff like gambling and celebrating Christmas. Soon lots and lots of people were coming to America, and before long the East Coast was covered with British colonies. Meanwhile, the French were busy claiming all of the land in the middle of North America. Now it's 1754, and it's time for a war to figure out who really owns what in America. New France has a population of about 60,000 people, so they team up with some Indian tribes to help them fight. That's why it's called the French and Indian War. The British colonies have a population of more than 1 million people, and they also team up with some Indian tribes. Who do you think won? That's right, the British beat the French. At the same time, there was also a big war back in Europe, and when it was over, it was time to